Hi, how are you? How are you? Like, sincerely, how are you? Yeah, I'm fine also. I'm fine. I know you care, and I care also, so I'm very fine, as you can see. So, today in security education, we're talking about availability as an element of education, as an element of security. Sorry, excuse me. Availability as an element of security. We remember we've been talking about elements of security for a while now. We talked about confidentiality, we talked about integrity, we talked about authenticity, and now we're talking about availability. Today, I'll actually try to link them up so you actually understand why we're talking about them as elements of security. So today, availability as an element of security. So at the end of this lesson, so we're using our lesson objectives. At the end of this lesson, people should be able to, who is the people? You now? Yeah. Well, number one, list all the elements of security. List all the elements of security. I just listed them. I'm sure you can list them too. Then number two, explain availability as an element of security. Okay, so at the end of this class, you should be able to close your eyes without picking, and be able to mention the elements of security 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? So now let's jump into the content. Hello, welcome back. So let's go to the content where we're talking about availability as an element of security. So I said when we're talking about lesson objectives that we'll try to link up all what we've been talking about and why we're talking about availability now. So let's read. In this context, that is elements of security, confidentiality, we talked about confidentiality already, right? Is a step of rules that limits access to information. Remember I said it's that confidentiality is when you actually shush, you don't say some certain things. You're not supposed to leak out some certain secrets. You're supposed to give out some certain informations about you like that, just to anybody. Okay, so that's confidentiality. Integrity is the assurance that the information is trustworthy and accurate. Remember when we talked about integrity, that means being true to yourself, meaning what you are saying, people actually believe you. You are not telling lies. You are trustworthy. People can say, when Mr. Fumi says it is actually correct. When she does this, no. But especially when you hear someone talking about Mr. Fumi and say, Mr. Fumi lies a lot, you say no. Mr. Fumi is a person of integrity, she doesn't lie. So that's how you are to be also. Meaning any information you actually have to give out should be known to be trustworthy and accurate, meaning you don't switch a thing or two, you don't change a thing or two, you say it exactly as it is. You remember, right? Now we're talking about availability. Availability is a guarantee of reliable access to the information by authorized people, meaning this time around you've been confidential, right? Not releasing the information to just anybody. But now availability that we're talking about today is when this information is available at the right time, like when somebody needs it, it is ready, it is accessible by authorized people. That means that information people can, an authorized person means someone that is also trustworthy, person of integrity, right? Someone that actually needs the information can get it at the right time they need it. Okay, so as the name suggests, availability specifies whether the data or resource is available when it is required or requested by the client. Okay, now the information that has been requested will possess the actual value only when legitimate users can take access to those resources at the right time. So the information that has been requested for will possess the actual value of its worth only when the users that need it, the legitimate users, can take access to resources at the right time. That means they are available for those people that need them at the right time, not too early, not too late. Okay, now but cyber criminals seize those data so that the request to access those resources gets denied, which is the conventional attack. Cyber criminals, we'll talk about who cyber criminals are very soon, but they are the ones that do illegitimate businesses using the internet. They make it difficult for people that actually need the right information to get it at the right time, which is why we're treating availability as an element of security. Okay, so cyber criminals, cybercrime is bad. Now let's go to our keywords. Did you understand what we talked about? Where how we linked in the confidentiality, integrity, and availability. Authenticity, though, we've talked about it, means the information is real. It is worth what it is worth. It is real. Authenticity means that data is authentic. It is not fake. It is real. It works line in line with integrity, meaning the information is trustworthy. Okay, so availability means the information can be gotten by the authorized people, by legitimate users at the time they need it. Okay, I hope you understand that. Yeah, welcome to the keywords. So cyber criminal, we talked about it, right? Where we said that cyber criminals sometimes make it possible, or they make it possible that the information that should be made available at the right time to the right people are not available. Okay, so who is a cyber criminal? Cyber criminal is a person who conducts some form of illegal activity using computers or other digital technology such as the internet. Illegal activities are activities that are not supposed to be done. The activities that are illegal, the activities that the law of Nigeria is not binding. Law of Nigeria says you should not do this thing, and you are doing it. When you are doing it, it means you are committing an illegal act. So these cyber criminals are people that conduct some form of illegal activities using the computer and the internet. Okay, is a bad thing. It's a bad habit actually. So conventional, that is based on what is generally done or believed. We use it in a sentence where we said it is a conventional attack. So conventional there spelled, let's go, conventional, means based on what is generally done or believed. Let's spell conventional again. conventional, conventional. A new word, right? Yeah. Now let's go to our assessments. Number one, which of these is an element of security? Remember we talked about how many elements of security we have, right? I mentioned four. Yeah, four. So which of this is an element of security? A, information. B, confidentiality. C, technology. Which one out of the three that I mentioned is an element of security? Number two, did you get the answer to number one? What is it? Confidentiality, correct. Number two, mention the elements of security we have discussed. Number one, confidentiality. Two, you said integrity. Three, authenticity. And four, availability. Right. Number three, integrity is the assurance that the information is trustworthy and accurate. True or false? True. That's correct.